Thanks for having me on the show. This sure just yanks my titties around.
Gotta say, it was just when I saw in my DMs that you just said that you enjoyed the show that much and you just really wanted to be a guest star. I was taken aback, but I really appreciate you making it out.
Yeah, I decided to take a break from uploading 15 goddamn videos a day, just to come here on the show and say I'm a big fan, and it really really just slaps my titties around.
Kind of a one-liner there, aren't you?
That's literally the only line I remember Critical saying, because he's funny. I don't know. I can't take like a lot. It's like after a couple, it's like all right, I get it.
Literally had a dream last night that he was on the podcast today.
Was he funny?
I don't remember. I'm sure he was great. Thanks everybody for joining us on the virtual lounge, featuring Critical today.
Okay, all right. It's gone.
Really glad
long.
he could be on the show.
And
thank you everyone for listening.
And scene.
Thank you.
So
thank you everybody
Devin,
for tuning in. What have you been up to this week?
I haven't really been playing very many. Oh yes, actually, I have been playing some video games. I have a Mac, because I'm an idiot. But my friend shouted Aaron. We're gonna have him on the show sometime so we can make fun of him for liking Doctor Who.
Oh, I guess we're having Aaron on the show sometime.
Yeah, no, that's gonna happen. But he downloaded Cuphead especially just for me. Yeah, and so when I go over there to hang out, he can put on like his stupid ass Star Trek shit and watch and talk to me about it, and I can sit there and not listen and play Cuphead.
Sounds like a really great friendship.
And we just get each other, man. Like something just it clicks.
You guys gonna make out?
Yeah, all the time.
So you've been playing Cuphead. How are you enjoying that?
While I'm playing Cuphead, I'm sitting on his lap.
How is Cuphead?
I really have always wanted to play Cuphead, and everything I've ever seen about it, it looks so wonderful. Everything I was drawn to, the music, I love that jazz shit. The hand-drawn art style is just cool. It's neat to see, that like 1940s cartoon stuff. And it looked like a really precise action platforming game, and that's my shit. And it's honestly just like exactly what I thought it would be. And I'm having such a blast with it because it's such a good feeling. Like you start a boss and you lose almost instantly, and you see you're just at the very beginning of that bar and at the progress bar, and then you start learning its moves and learning how to dodge it, and it just gets easier, and you keep on seeing that bar go higher, and you finally beat it, and it's such a gratifying feeling, just like that sense of self-accomplishment, because I don't know, man. I love it. I've had like 4 sessions with it at his house, and I'm like 70% through it. I'm gonna beat it.
I totally know what you mean about like after you die fighting a boss or during a level, it'll show like a little screen with like how far you progressed through that boss or through that level, and it is like every time your character gets a little bit closer to the end, just a little bit closer. And there's a lot of these like roguelike games where it's really hard, but you keep dying.
Can you I'm sorry, I honestly don't know. I've heard this phrase. What does roguelike mean?
It's kind of like, the way I see it, like a game where it's really hard and you'll like do something over and over and over again, but each time you do it, like your character gets stronger, or you get money, or you get experience, so that eventually you prevail through it. But Cuphead is like, they don't really give you any of that. It's just
I wouldn't
that
call
no, the Cuphead is not a roguelike. I'm saying compared to a roguelike game, this is more like you literally, your muscle reflexes, your muscle memory, all of that,
pattern recognition.
literally you improve every time you face this boss, every time you fight you over and over and over again. And I've had friends play it, and everybody's different. For me, I like like you said, I really enjoy, the struggle. It's very difficult, but at the same time, you always feel like you're getting better and you always want to push yourself to get better. But I've had other people play it that are just like immediately turned off, like, oh, I hate this. Oh, why do I keep dying? Oh, I hate games where I just die all the time.
Yeah, it's just because like everyone's different. Not everyone wants the same like level of a challenge of that. Like,
Very true. And I guess it wouldn't appeal to me as much, but the fact that the music and the graphics and the art and all of that is the way it is makes you want to keep playing, makes you want to keep experiencing it because it's so
yeah,
light and joyful and happy, even with these like really dark, sinister undertones. Like
I think that's cool
it
as
just,
hell. I love the
yeah.
little story, and while I've been playing it, I've even made like a little rule for myself. Like, if I start a level, I will not go to another level until it's finished.
Yeah, that's
Because
a very good rule to have.
I had a few times I had the urge, like I'm just gonna go to a different one. And I'm like, no,
Yeah, I'm fed up with this. I'm gonna try something else.
you gotta persevere.
Yeah, because if you leave
I'm
that
autistic.
stage and come back, you're gonna lose all of
Persevere,
that skill that you just
persevere.
gained. You know,
I'm trying to ask you what the fucking word is.
it's persevere.
Persevere. Okay, sorry. I was trying to fucking communicate with you.
um, but yeah, it's very good. The art style is so fantastic. I think other games have like tried to mimic the kind of that early 1900s like cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
but this is like no, they're literally making those cartoons hand drawn from scratch,
Yeah.
and you can tell every little detail. You can see every detail, and the music and everything is just phenomenal. It's a 10 out
Mm-hmm.
of 10 game for me. It's
Oh,
it's just
I would
perfect.
easily give it a 10 out of 10, but that's enough about Cuphead. Have you played any games prominently this week?
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Cuphead. Um,
Oh wow, wow, what a coincidence. Me too.
I was actually playing some Cuphead last night. I installed it on my arcade machine, which is a lot harder using the buttons and the joystick, but
Oh, I would
it's a lot
imagine.
of fun to
Yeah.
to play it like that. But anyway, I started playing Monster Hunter World. I got that.
Ah.
Release day was Friday, 3 days ago. So I was playing that.
I've always seen footage of Monster Hunter, and it always looked fun. Like it seemed like a really neat kind of game. I just never have, I don't know, had access to a console that had a good version of
There
it. I
was
mean,
one on 3DS that I almost like considered getting, but I don't know. I've always wanted to try it. I just didn't. But when I heard that the new one was coming out and I saw footage of it, I was like, that
I
looks
seen
really cool.
footage. Death Grips reference.
And this is a game that you can play with friends. You can play multiplayer online, and I was more interested in that because it doesn't seem like a game I want to play alone too much, and I'd be more interested in like playing
Mm-hmm.
together with other people in a party. Um, and yeah, I'm definitely getting that after the first like couple hours of playing it. I've played some solo quests, and I'm like, yeah, this is more fun when I like have other people, and you can have like random people come and join your party, which is cool, and they can help you like take down monsters. But it's basically just you get a big weapon and you go beat some big monsters with it.
Yeah, yeah. I got a big weapon for you right here, buddy.
There's tons of weapon classes types to choose from, and you get to craft weapons and armor, and you go fight big monsters. It's very pretty. It's fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't played too much of it, but so far it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm hoping for. I mean, it's been on a bunch of Nintendo systems. Like, I'm hoping for. Wait, there is a Japanese like
Yes,
Monster
Monster
Hunter game for the
Hunter
Switch.
Cross came out in Japan on the Switch. So it's possible we could get that here.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I haven't been able to get a straight answer on if it has English. Like, if you play it on a
I don't know if you get the
like,
Japanese version.
granted, I haven't like
I
researched
doubt it
that like
would.
in a while. I mean, well, it's like, Zelda. I mean, Zelda's a AAA game, but it's like, that game will change the language depending on what region the Switch you played in. Because I have
Yeah,
a
but that game
German
released
version.
internationally all
Yeah,
on the
that's
same day.
true.
Yeah,
That's
Monster Hunter Cross
true.
probably doesn't have English, but I was gonna say I really hope they bring Cuphead to Switch. Like it just
Yeah,
seems
that'd be
like the
awesome.
perfect console for it. Like it could definitely
Well,
handle everything. I
the
think it would be
company,
great.
the company probably has like a Microsoft
Oh, I'm
contract
sure
because it
it's
just
not
came
on
out on.
PS4.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure that won't last forever.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be like a year or 2 or 3 down the
Yeah, I
road.
would buy
But
it again on Switch. But
oh, I
yeah.
would, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's
anyway,
video games.
that's video
I
games. What you been
really
watching?
haven't. Yeah. That's what I was gonna go
Hey
into
man,
next.
what have
That's
you been
good.
watching lately?
Um, I haven't really been watching terribly too much. I've been going back mostly this week. I've been going back watching old episodes of GameSack. They're I don't know, they're really calming.
I
It
think
just
I've
kind of
seen that once or twice. I
it's
think you
the
showed me it or told me to
it's the
watch it.
two awkward middle-aged men who collect
Autistic
video
men.
game. Yeah, it's two mentally retarded men. They wear diapers, and
Oh my god.
they they don't actually. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my, oh my god.
I do like the GameSat guys, but they're like the video game collector dudes. Like they're one of those people that just have all the games and the old shit, and then they'll have topics of episodes just like video games based on movies
Wow,
or
sounds
games that are.
way more interesting than our podcast.
Yeah, it's really it's more informational than entertaining. But it's just like they show footage from the
Sure.
games and just talk about them.
Well,
And
this isn't informational or entertaining.
oh god, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube as well.
I
Like
watch YouTube like more than anything, to be honest.
my
Like
wife
I
literally like that's all she watches. I have to like force her to watch a television show or movie with me.
what does she like watch videos about like hair care?
Yeah, like girl stuff.
And like how to do your makeup because they're girls.
It's funny, but it's not even a joke. It's a joke, but that's literally what. No, she watches a lot of like nail channels, even though she doesn't really do her nails. Makeup channels, even though she doesn't even do makeup that much. But that's
okay.
just what she enjoys watching. So, but she also watches some stuff that I watch. She like some like movie review stuff, like Ralph the Movie Maker, IHE, that kind of thing. We have been watching Pop Team Epic quite a bit.
I still have not seen the third episode. I will actually probably watch that after we get
Jeez,
done.
Rick.
I'm sorry, Morty.
Oh, Morty, you got to get on that anime. Yeah,
Morty.
wait, no, this
I
is
turned
episode.
myself into a cat girl, Morty.
This is episode 4,
I'm
bud.
cat girl Rick.
This is episode 4. Episode 4 came out the other day.
Oh yeah, okay, my bad. I've seen 3. I haven't not seen 4.
But yeah, I've really been enjoying that.
Pop Team Epic is
so good.
It's fucking awesome. Like it's
my favorite anime.
It's great. It's entertaining. It's short. It's sweet. Like a lot of Japanese like media and anime just aren't. They have a like a brand. They culturally like they have a brand of humor that just isn't funny.
It's just not funny most of the time.
It's just
not
like
to us
really
anyway.
Not. Yeah, I'm sure like Japanese like when the girl's like stomach rumbles and then she's embarrassed. I'm sure like all the Japanese people are wetting themselves.
I've never watched an anime that's made me like cackle over laughing. Like
I've seen anime that will have like some good bits in it, or
yeah.
like that was on that note, real quick, Prison School. That is one fucking hilarious anime. It's only like
Prison
12 episodes. Highly sexualized, but it's like it's in service of the plot. Like it makes sense within the story, and the English dub is great. It's just hilarious. Like I highly recommend Prison School.
Okay, I'll look into it.
But Pop Team Epic is great. It's LOL random humor that's actually like fairly funny.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were done.
Yeah, that was the end of my sentence, idiot.
No, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. It's not something I want to describe to people who haven't seen it. It's just go watch it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But it's like 10 minutes long, so
it's kind of like one of those things. It's like you can't make somebody appreciate Tim and Eric. They just either they like or Eric Andre. Like you either just like fuck with it or you don't. And I think like Pop Team Epic is kind of in that same vein.
I think that's about. Oh, I've been watching some My Hero Academia, my Boku no Hero.
I'm more like you've been watching Boku no Pico. Am I right? Only the hardcore anime fans will get that joke.
Been watching that. Started that like a month or two ago, and yeah, we're on like season 2 now, and it's getting pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, My Hero Academia is great. Have you been listening to anything cool this week?
Listening to anything cool? Been listening to a lot of the It Follows soundtrack by
Mm-hmm.
Disaster Piece.
That's
While
a
I've
good.
been,
That's a good fucking movie and a good
I haven't seen the
soundtrack,
movie. I've just been listening to the soundtrack.
dude. It
I am
follows.
planning on watching that movie soon,
It's
though.
yeah. So few like horror movies come out anymore that like I feel are like remotely good. So when I saw It
Yeah,
Fall, kind of how I felt when I saw it Get Out.
right.
That's I mean, you can call it a horror or not, but It Follows was just like, damn, like that was a good movie. It's
Okay, I don't want to talk about it anymore
uh,
though, because
yeah,
that's
like
one of those
seriously,
movies where like I don't really want to hear about it until I watch it.
yeah, it's really one of those like really the less you know about it, the better.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those
I
where
wouldn't
I
even
also
like
don't,
watch a trailer.
I don't even know why I haven't watched it yet. It's just like it's been on my agenda and I just haven't gotten around to
Hmm.
it. So I'm gonna do that. One more thing, I played Dragon Ball Fighters yesterday for a bit.
Namco like put out like an no, it's not Namco. It's like Arc System. Sorry.
Okay.
Uh, they put out like an official tweet that was like, "Yo, for real, it's literally just called Dragon Ball Fighters."
Yeah, yeah. I had
It's
to
funny,
ask my
but
brother yesterday. I was like, Austin, how do you say it? Is it Z or he was like, it's fighter. So I was like, okay, you're gay.
but it's funny. Like they were like, "Yo," in the same tweet, they're like, "Yo, you can call it Fighter Z. You can call it Fighter
Hey,
Z.
buddy, you can call it whatever you want. You can call it Dragon Ball Poo Poo Fighters if you want. We're not gonna stop you.
That's good." But yeah. So is it fun?
So I am
It
not.
looks really good.
I'm
The art
not a
style.
like Dragon Ball fan at all. Like I've seen a few episodes, I know what it is. It doesn't really interest me that much, but
Hmm.
I had a blast playing the game.
Everyone knows what Dragon Ball Z
Oh
is.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
it's
I
one
mean,
of
it's
the
influenced everything under the sun from then on.
from like all anime to like most rappers.
Oh, everything. But it was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I started, my brother was kind of teaching me the buttons and kind of, how to play and stuff. And I was picking it up fairly quickly. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And the art is really cool. Just, it's very different kind of fighter. And they really put a lot of work and detail into it. And it's
Yeah,
really cool.
that's the same people. Because funny, like way back in the day, me and you, we didn't play fighting games all that much together,
No, not really.
besides
Smash.
Smash Brothers and Guilty Gear.
Guilty Gear, yeah.
And Guilty Gear was made by Arc System Works, who
Right.
went on. So that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, they know how to
Yeah,
make a good
yeah.
fighting game.
Yeah, it was really cool though. I enjoyed it. And I thought it was really neat. And I'm not gonna buy it, but I am excited to play more of it. Maybe if I could get it on the cheap one day, I'll get it. I just don't think I'm gonna pay $60 for it because I'm just not a huge fighting game guy. But I did really like it from what I played.
Hell yeah. I've been listening.
It's been try and sneak one of those in there.
You should use like the original sample of it and just like sneak it in
I
between
will,
every
and then I'll get
transition.
copyright infringement for one sound clip.
And then
It'll
we'll
shut the
be
entire channel down. And the internet was all the better for it.
they're like, "Hey, you didn't do anything on Twitter or Facebook either, but we're just going to take those too." So,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
But I've been during the month of May in 2017, uh, the label PC Music, they had a special called the Month of Mayhem. Get it? May.
I think so.
Yeah, May, Month of Mayhem, because it all was in the month of May.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
and
think I get it.
where they released a song every day during the month of May, and then they put it all into an album, and then they released it right after. And
Very cool.
I didn't really get into it then, but I've been listening to it more this week, and it's just I don't know. PC Music again falls in the line of like Eric Andre and Pop Team Epic, where it's like you either just kind of fuck with it or you don't. And
And I don't.
I know my goal is I'm gonna try to find something PC music related
Okay.
that you like. I don't know. If you hate chipmunk vocals, probably not. But I used to hate chipmunk vocals too until I found like, whoa, PC Music's doing like sick shit with it. But yeah, man, it's got the whole crew. It's got AG Cook. It's got GFOTY. It's got Little Data. It's got Easy Fun. Life Sim.
You could
of
just be
course.
making these up off the top of your head. And I would know. It's got Carrot Foot. It's got Black Cable. It's got Sir Anthony.
But yeah, just a lot of bangers. A lot of really fucking
Black
like.
Cable is very good.
That's a pretty damn good name, actually. I wish I caught that when you said it, but I don't know if you like EDM shit, if you like weird abrasive club shit that's just kind of interesting, like check it out. It's good. I fucking love PC music. I think a lot of that like I have a renewed appreciation for more pop and club oriented music since me and yours our DJ set in Dresden, and I'm up, you're up there, and you've DJ'd many times. That was my first time DJing, and you're up there, and I got the MIDI fighter, and the music's playing, and you look out and you see the crowd just fucking move into what you're playing. Like it just feels good, man.
Gives you a different kind of perspective on it.
It does. It just like
for sure.
I don't know. I'm bumping that club shit in the car a lot. It just makes me feel good. It makes me happy. But anyway, this has been the week in review.
It's been.
I'm glad you're enjoying that because my wife is just about tired of it.
Oh, it'd be great if I like lived there with you. It'd just be me and you say this dumbass shit all the time, and she'd just be like, "I'm leaving you."
Sounds horrible.
and you'd be like, "It's been
well, it's been good."
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
We were going to talk about Mega Man for our main
We were going to
here.
talk about taking about a little 2-minute break. We have nothing else. We're not touching politics, and we don't really know anything.
Let's
outside.
get right into the news.
Yo, like for real, Keemstar is fairly an entertaining human being.
Let's talk about Logan Paul.
Yo, for real, man, mad respect. Like he proved to the world
what a symbol.
To not be afraid to be yourself. Like, mad props.
So we were going to talk about the Blue Bomber.
Yo, few people know this, but like in Japan, it's like mad respectful to film a dead body and put it on YouTube. That's like big in their culture.
It's huge.
They love it.
We were going to talk about Mega Man.
He's the super fighting robot. He's also the blue bomber, not
the blue blur.
I love Mega Man running around grabbing those rings when Mega Man runs through those loops. Rings.
We have fully embraced this just being a straight up video game podcast now.
Remember Sequelitis? Remember that? Remember
when Ego Raptor made cartoons?
Remember when Ego Raptor has only contributed like 4 funny pieces of media in his entire career? Like
Mega Man.
Call you out, Aaron. Yo,
Aaron, hit me up. You want to get on the show, Aaron Hansen? We'll talk about your scandal.
Wait, what?
I got breaking news about Aaron Hansen.
Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. What's he gonna do?
But I'm not gonna tell everybody until he gets on the show. So,
hey, just like legally, we like for real, we do not have bad news about Aaron Hansen.
I have bad news. I have bad news about Aaron Hansen.
All right, buddy.
His show sucks. Bad news, bud.
Yeah,
your career has gone downhill. Oh,
I mean,
hey, Aaron, was it worth it?
he's made more money than either of us will probably make in our entire lifetime combined.
Was it worth it? Mega
And
Man
Aaron
was a
would, if
game.
he came on the show, he would just be like, "Duh."
These guys talk about video games.
He'd be like, yeah, I'm working on Poke Awesome 3. I don't I don't know. I haven't kept up with Game Grumps in like 16 years. So I don't know what's the funny thing anymore.
So we decided this week we're going to talk about what?
We're gonna talk about Mega Man.
We're going to talk about Mega Man because we have fully embraced just straight up being a video game podcast now, I guess.
That's what's all we know. And well, no, what happened was you're like, hey, do you have a topic? We're running out of time, and I'm like, well, we just both know a lot about Mega Man. We mentioned Mega Man once.
Well, also like earlier in the week we were discussing ideas, and every idea was video games. So,
I mean, I have some ideas that we can do some more topical stuff. Maybe we can like test that out later.
I would like to do some more tropical stuff.
Hey, remember Tropic Thunder? That was a good movie.
Maybe just chill out on the beach and do one of these.
Yo, if we just like sat out on the beach and like we had those big ass like coconut drinks with all like
there you go.
And we're just we're wearing our Bahama shirts and we got sunglasses and I'm just like going to town on your
Mega Man. Mega Man is a man. He's a man or robot.
So what is Mega Man? He's the blue bomber. He side-scrolling games, runs around. If you have ever played a video game, you fucking know who Mega Man is.
I mean, if you don't know who Mega Man is, I don't know why you're listening to this show.
If you don't know who Mega Man is, then you might be a redneck.
Yep. Mega Man was one of my favorite game series.
I remember when we were like super young, you were like
like 2.
Yo, like when we were like zygotes, you were like mad obsessed with Mega Man.
I thought I was Mega Man for a while.
You've mentioned that before, and I don't ever really understand what that means.
When I was a kid, I thought I was Mega Man. It's not that hard to explain.
Is it like a rap song thing? Like I think that Mega Man.
No, it's like that, but like literally. It's like if I literally thought I was Mega Man for a bit.
So like, is that
how like sometimes you play a game and you pretend you're a character, like I'm Ash Ketchum for Pokemon now, haha. And this was like I'm gonna pretend to be Mega Man, but I like kept pretending to be Mega Man. You know how furries like think they're a dragon? like they think like, no, I really have a cat living inside me. I like actually for a bit like really thought I was Mega Man.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Like if it went to like furry like otherkin level kind of shit, like
nope, just a robot man.
Just a robot. That's the simplicity of Mega Man. I mean, there's a story. It's really like simplistic, but
this is a robot that shoots lemons.
Yeah, he shoots a little.
Pew 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 pew. My first experience with Mega Man
that was gonna be my next goddamn question, Devin. Was
Mega Man 7 on the Super Nintendo is the first time I can recall seeing or hearing a Mega Man game. I remember I was at a friend's house. I don't know which friend. Sorry for that, but for that friend,
they're
listening right now and they're really upset about this.
They're listening from outside your window that you forgot their name.
I remember seeing the opening level of Mega Man 7 on Super Nintendo, and I remember really loving that music. And it had really pretty, like colorful graphics, and it was just really, really great. And I'm pretty sure like the first games I owned were like Mega Man X on Super Nintendo, and I know I had Mega Man Extreme 2 on Game Boy. What about you?
I was trying to think what was my first, like growing up, you have systems and you know about other video games even though you haven't played them. Like I knew what Mega Man was, and I don't remember what was the first one. I've narrowed it down to 2 because, when I was young, our system was like every Friday, parents we could take you to Blockbuster and you can rent one game. That was the tradition. And after I got my PlayStation, then that opened up a world of possibilities for me. And I was probably through renting, and I don't remember which one was first, but it was probably Mega Man 8 and Mega Man X4 were my first Mega Man games. And to this day,
So PlayStation was your first.
yeah, to
Wow.
to this day, I think those two Mega Man games are probably the best two in the entire series. Now, as I've gotten older and I've gone back, and I owned the Legacy Collection, the Mega Man X Collection for the PlayStation 2, which were both fantastic. And I've come to like a realization, like if somebody would ask me, "Hey, do you like Mega Man?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I do. I like Mega Man a lot." But in reality, it'd be like, "Yeah, I really like five Mega Man games, and the rest are pretty okay." Like I don't know, everyone goes ape shit for stuff like Mega Man 2 or the original like 6 or when they did 9 and 10 in the NES like 8-bit style, but I don't know. They're all right. They never like wowed me. They feel really slow and kind of sluggish and like harder than they need to be on some of them. I don't know.
Interesting you said like the first Mega Man games that you owned are like your favorite Mega Man games that are probably the best games. Do you think that just because those are the ones you had and you played so much, like nostalgia makes them the best games or
No, no, no. Because I think if you look through the history of Mega Man One, the Mega Man series, and the Mega Man X series, you like me personally, I feel like Mega Man 8 was the perfection of the Mega Man series, and Mega Man X4 was the perfection of the Mega Man X
I can
series.
understand that.
Yeah, and like I know, nostalgia glasses, whatever, but I feel like I'm being pretty objective. Like I
I can
think those are
understand that.
the best Mega Man games. That being said, I really also do love both of the ZX games for the DS. Those were a blast. I think I've only played like two of the Mega Man Zero games, one and three, and those were really fun. I don't remember a lot about them. And the Battle Network system. I don't know if you want to like talk about all these series like separately.
Yeah, so like yeah, I had Mega Man X, Super Nintendo. I had that Mega Man Game Boy game. I eventually had Mega Man X5, which I really liked, and then I had Mega Man Legends. I really loved Mega Man. I was really into it. I also went back and played like the NES games, and also was never like a huge fan of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if we were born more in that time,
Born
and
more.
if we were born in that time frame, like
If we
where
were
we were
Jason born,
growing up with the NES and we were growing up with those games, I'm sure I would have loved them. But I feel like I had the better Mega Man
yeah,
games.
yeah,
Um,
that's how I feel about X4 and 8.
yeah. So, um, problem with Mega Man was that uh,
It's all the same.
in my opinion, the, what why I guess the core of what I want to talk about here is why did Mega Man die a horrible, gruesome death? Why was he murdered like he was? And a lot of times I draw comparisons to Sonic as well in that series. And the
Well,
problem
the
for me,
difference is that Sonic kept on getting games. Like there was a dark period of time where like Mega Man games just like weren't happening for a
yeah,
while,
like Mega Man.
and then there's the fiasco with Mega Man Legends
Oh, and we're gonna
3
get into
and
that, and we're gonna get into
yeah,
that, and we're gonna
and
get
my
into that.
and mighty number something or other.
Mega Man, like, started with the NES games, and then the SNES games took it to a new level, and then the PlayStation games. And it was cool because it was always like, you got the same core game, but they're growing and they're making it better. They're improving the graphics, improving the gameplay, all of that stuff.
Yeah,
And
like take like you're the original Mega Man 1 through 3 and maybe kind of 4, but like they're still creating that system, and like a lot of the things that became Mega Man staples through the entire series came from those first couple of games. But
exactly.
when you like the rush adapters and being able to slide and
Yeah,
being able to charge, like the first Mega Man game you couldn't even charge,
right.
but but when you start getting to like 4, 5, and 6. Like it's right, like it's like it's just
Starting to
kind of
get
the
a little,
same, a
yeah.
little stale. And then that's when 7 came out, and that's your favorite Mega Man game.
No,
Oh,
my
it's
favorite,
not. But you, well, is
absolute,
your first.
absolutely not.
Okay, sorry. We'll get to your favorite. That's your first.
Well, my favorite
Um,
Mega Man X game, though, because it's the one that I owned, was Mega Man X5.
so like out of the entire series, your favorite Mega Man game, like all the little the X and Classic and Battle Network, your favorite of all time is Mega Man X5.
Definitely not.
Then what is it
That
then?
was just the one that I owned.
Okay, well, what's your favorite of all time?
That's tough. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I got something tough for you
I
right
mean,
here.
either 7 or X.
Hmm.
That's really tough, though. I
It's
don't know if I have a favorite. I love so many of them.
I think it's funny that you adore 7 so much, which is honestly, it's one of them that are kind of lower down on the scale for
For
me.
sure.
Like,
I think for most
yeah.
people it is. I don't know
I mean,
why.
no, I
It's
see lots
nostalgia
of
for me.
love. I see lots of love for Mega Man 7 online and stuff, but for me it's
Okay.
like it still feels really slow.
Yeah,
The
it is.
sprites the sprites are like way too big for my liking, and
Yeah,
everything feels really like close together.
it is.
And I might have beaten it once. I might have just gotten really far through it, but I don't know. Mega Man 7 is just kind of a lame duck for me.
But anyway, back to the timeline. Like what happened was, Mega Man, they started doing that and improving on the formula, making more and more games. And near the end of the life cycle of Mega Man, we've got the NES games. 6 of them, the SNES games, a bunch of them, the PlayStation games, a bunch of them. Then we start getting the spin-offs, like you said, like Mega Man Legends comes out, Mega Man Legends 2. Then we got Mega Man ZX on the Game Boy Color or Advance. Then we got
Nope, 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 nope.
sorry, Mega
Mega
Man
Man
Zero
Zero.
on the Game Boy Advance. Then we got ZX on the DS. Then we got, Battle
Then
Network
and then you
on the
got
Game
you
Boy
got Battle
Advance and the DS.
Network. Yeah.
And not that these games were bad. Like the spin-offs weren't even bad. A lot of these games were good. Like Battle Network was good. ZX was good.
I
Zero was good.
I've played through like 3 Battle Network games, and I'll be honest, like I've always remember having a really good time with all of them.
Yeah, they're all decent games, and that's why I think it hurt so bad when they finally did the thing that Sonic had done so many years ago. When I compare it to Sonic a lot because Sonic, we had 1, 2, 3, and you can count Knuckles as like just
Oh, you sure as hell can count
the
Knuckles.
great like 4 Sonic games, and then CD kind of took it to a little too
Everyone
far a little bit.
everyone else besides us universally agrees Sonic CD is the best game. I don't get it, but
I don't
anyway,
like it
Mega
that
Man.
much. But then Sonic, all of a sudden, like so many games back then did, say time to make the jump to 3D.
Yeah.
And where Mega Man, I mean, for where Mario, it was perfect, and was the perfect transition. For Sonic,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
natural.
absolutely terrible, and it just from there on, I hated Sonic. From that game forward, for Adventure forward, I hated Sonic from then on. And
Really? You didn't even like Adventure?
no, I've never enjoyed a 3D Sonic game.
But what about Adventure 2?
I mean, I had fun times playing Adventure 2 like I kind of liked some of the levels, but for the most part, I didn't really get into it. I didn't really like it that much. The Knuckles and Rogue levels ruined it for me.
Hmm.
I hated that game.
I don't know. I was a pretty hardcore Sonic
You
kid.
loved it,
Like,
and I would play it from time to time, but for the most part, I just wasn't a fan.
but it's funny, like, I grew out of that and have been able to like go, oh wow, these newer games aren't so hot. But it's funny that so many people like hit that phase where it's like all Sonic games are good, none of them are bad, and then they just get older, but they just stay in that phase.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Sonic. We're
Mega
talking about Mega
Man,
Man. So, but what I'm
Mega Man,
trying to
Mega
say,
Man.
what I'm trying to say here is that Sonic made that jump to 3D and it's terrible. Mario makes a jump 3D. It's great. Mega Man finally says, "Let's make a jump to 3D." When Mega Man Legends, it was okay. That's different. They weren't like that was a spin-off. Okay, that
Yeah,
wasn't. We're making Mega Man in 3D from now on. With Mega Man X7, I believe was the first one where they were like, let's make Mega Man 3D, and they completely ruined it, and it was awful, and we hated it. And then I think X8 as well was 3D, and it was just it was awful. We hated it.
I Out of all of the Mega Man X games, X8 is the only one I didn't play. I did play X7, and it
I
was
don't think I
god
played eight
awful.
eight either. I don't think I
I've
played that one either.
I've like seen some reviews and like watched some videos, and I think like the consensus is like, okay, it's not as bad as X7, but it's still not amazing. Like that's the general consensus I see on it.
For me, I feel like that's when the series began to take a plummet. And it was just like this huge influx of Mega Man games from start to finish. And we were just bombarded with Mega Man games. And then all of a sudden it would just and kind of tanked and kind of fell off the face of the earth. And Mega Man kind of died for a bit. And for a while he was gone. And then, like, in 2010, they announced Mega Man Universe,
Well,
which,
don't forget they did Mega Man 9 and 10 too.
yes, I can't remember if that was before or after the Mega Man Universe thing, but yeah, Mega Man 9 and 10 for Wii, they just made, a
Multiple systems.
New NES style Mega
Yeah, and I
Man
thought
game.
like when that came out, like I think I was younger, but anyway, when that came out, I remember like, oh, this is cool, this is fun, like, oh, it's like the classic. But it didn't like wow me because
Yeah,
my my thing is we have we have six other games like that we can go play. We can go play at any
exactly.
time. Like we don't have another game in the style of Mega Man 7. We don't have another game in the style of Mega Man 8.
For sure. This is what
Like
all of this is culminating to, honestly.
yeah,
This is
like
kind of my point that I'm trying to get to,
and like
but
at least with like the Mega Man X series, like 1 through 3 SNES, and then we got the upgrades with
right.
PlayStation, and then that petered off into its own terrible direction. But
But then there was Mega Man Universe where they were like, we're gonna resurrect Mega Man and we're gonna have like a classic Mega Man style, but with other characters. And no one really knew what it was. And then they showed some footage of it, and it was like a Mega Man game, but you could customize your character and you could play as
it's
like
like, yo,
other Capcom characters. It was
have you
cool.
ever wanted to play as Ryu from Street Fighter in a Mega Man game?
Yeah, and eventually
This
they did.
year, Rob
Eventually,
Schneider is Mega
A
Man.
Mega Man. Never came out.
Well,
The
yeah, but also you
tagline
gotta
was
don't
"Your
for.
world megafied."
Oh, that's so good. But you're also forgetting like during all of this is the hype train and the
Oh, I'm not
for
forgetting. It's right under this in my notes.
okay, sorry.
During this time, Mega Man Legends 3 was also announced for 3DS in
And
2010, same
and
year.
everyone went ape shit.
Yep.
Like
It was during a 3DS prep conference, and they announced that they were making the third installment in Mega Man Legends.
and everything because it's like, hey, we're using like characters that you sent us, and look at all these new characters, and there's this guy with a motorcycle, and you're
Yeah,
going,
they were like
it's just
listening to fans' actual like ideas and stuff for the
like
game.
it sounded like really awesome.
Yeah, especially since we hadn't really heard from Mega Man in a while, and
And
his
at the
last few games were kind of garbage.
and Legends 2 ended with Mega Man being stuck on the moon.
I never
So
played Legends 2, but I
Legend
did love the first one.
it was Legends 1, but just kind of better. So you would probably really like it.
But yep, and then for whatever reason, they stopped production on that in 2011. They canceled it,
I
and
think Capcom was like they did it for like financial reasons. I think that was like their statement,
I'm
which
sure it
makes
was.
I think it's really smart and good when a video game company says like, yo, we're gonna like start making bad decisions and we're not gonna
Yeah.
stop. Every financial decision we make from here on out is going to be a bad one. So
Apparently, like a
um
lot of progress had been made on this game too, so it was pretty ridiculous that they had just scrapped it. But
but but because they scrapped it, that's when shrewd businessman Kenji Inafune. Kenji Hinafune. You can cut that.
sounds
But
delicious.
you don't have to cut that. But he decided to go pop on over to Kickstarter and go, yo, guys.
Because he got fired or quit. He left.
I
He
did not
left.
do any. I didn't do any research for the show, so that's
Well,
on
he
you,
left
buddy.
around that time, and yeah, he went to Kickstarter. Said, "I'm gonna make my own new Mega Man game. We're gonna resurrect Mega Man, but it's gonna be like it's not really Mega Man. It's like a new Mega Man. It's like the spiritual successor to Mega Man,
What was his fucking name?
Mighty Number 9,
No, what was the dude's name? Like
Kid
Mighty Number.
Keiji Itafune.
No, the Mega Man
Mega
knockoff.
Man,
It
Mighty
was
Number
like
9. Oh, his name was Beck.
back because it was back in Call because the role
Just rock
character
and
was
roll,
Call.
genius. In 2013, Inafune started his Kickstarter, and it was funded fully in like 2 days, and then it didn't come out till 2016 after like a bunch of delays.
And you know how many people made that? Do you know how many people? Do you know how many people that game made happy? Is that I don't even that doesn't even fucking sound right
Zero.
coming out of my mouth. Zero. The punchline is none. Mighty Number 9, more like this isn't even worth $9.
I was very excited for this new Mega Man concept, this revival of the Mega Man series, but we're doing it differently. That's what I wanted. Like, let's make a new Mega Man, but it's new and it's different, and it's
Because it had like that dash system thing and like
yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, and then they showed the trailers, and it kind of looked bad.
because
And
all
then
like
it was bad.
the concept art and like the mock-ups, like everyone's like, "Yo, this looks really good."
Yeah, it looked great.
And then we saw it in action, and it just didn't
Kinda looked
look
gross.
like current gen.
Yeah, and then the reviews were one of them was like Mighty Number 9 is inoffensively average, and
Yeah, which is
with
like the
little
worst
to
thing.
show for its position in the present.
The worst. It's kind of like movies. The worst thing a video game can do is just be
Meh.
middle of the road average.
Yeah, it was just this is
Like
a video game.
everyone remembers how bad Mega Man X7 was, but in 10 years, nobody's going to give a fuck about Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, I walked into a GameStop not too long ago, and I remember looking around, and all the way on the top shelf, like you have to tilt your head at a 90-degree angle. There's like a giant, like special edition Mighty Number 9 box set, and there's a bunch of them, and I swear they were like $9. Like,
It's funny, like when you told me that initially, like you told me that weeks ago, you also said that's about $5 too
more
much.
too much. They can't get rid of those things. But anyway, this all kind of we started talking about Mega Man again recently because they announced Mega Man 11.
Mm-hmm.
And when you texted me, "Hey, Mega Man 11," I got very excited. I was like, "Oh, what? New Mega Man finally. Woo, it's happening." But yeah, we both watched the trailer and both of us were like, "Huh, all right." Why?
Yeah, just as like a refresher, I'm actually just muting the trailer and playing it right now. But yeah, my initial thoughts when I first saw it was, okay, I mean, yep, it looks like more Mega Man. Like,
For days I was going through my head going, why is this not appealing to me? Why am I so like not excited for this like I was for Sonic Mania? Because for Sonic Mania, we both went insane over that game for the year and months following, like just like
yeah,
could not
see,
stop talking about how they would reveal a trailer and it'd be like, guess what? We're gonna show 2 minutes of a new stage, and we're like, "Whoa!"
okay,
You know?
I'm watching it right now, and like my thought is, yeah, the graphics look updated and they look cute and they look cool, but it still looks like it's playing 100% exactly like an NES
This
Mega Man
is the
game would.
problem that Mega Man, like we said, we had so many of these games, and there's so many you can go back and play. There was like 6 on the NES, there was a ton on SNES, a bunch on PlayStation. They're all the same game, and they're great, but we want something new.
And they all have a small level of variation in between them. I mean, between like there being 7 series, and each series having multiple games in it, like there's some form of Mega Man that exists that will please you. If you want to get into the obscure arcade only fighting games, or the kart racing game that only came out in Japan and Europe.
Man, I only play sports games. Well, good thing we got Mega Man Soccer.
There you go. Everyone's happy.
But
yo, fucking, why don't they keep on? They make like Madden 2018 Why can't they just make Mega Man Soccer 2?
We were robbed of our Sonic. We were robbed of our Sonic. We got Sonic 1, 2, 3, and
We
Knuckles,
were
and
robbed
then
of
we
our
were robbed.
Sonic. We
Give
were
us our
robbed.
Sonic back, and they did. And they finally said, "All right, we've kind of toyed around with the idea of putting classic Sonic in the 3D games and kind of trying to make the 3D games more 2D platformer." But no, this time they said, "We're gonna make Sonic 4, and we're gonna do it right, and we're gonna get like." These really good indie developers, and we're gonna make this happen, and they did, and it was perfect, and we loved it. But like I said, we got what 5 good Sonic games. We've got like 100 good Mega Man games.
See,
So
real quick, I think the biggest problem that Sonic Forces had is that it tried to be like three different things. The modern Sonic play style that lots of people love, the classic Sonic play style, and like the make a characters, and it didn't do any of those really well. Thus, like
didn't do any of
pleasing,
those like even remotely good.
yeah, thus pleasing literally no one. So
Well,
I would be perfectly
well,
happy. Well, yeah, but
well.
I would be perfectly happy if they continue, like, whatever, make more of the modern Sonic games. I don't give a shit, but like, hey, please keep us giving more Mania games. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
care. That's
eventually, if they keep doing that, we'll get tired of them. But the fact is, like I said, we had 4 good Sonic games that came out 20 years ago, and we were very excited to get our hands on a new one, and it was fantastic. As far as Mega Man goes, you say we're gonna make Mega Land 11, Mega Land,
Megaland.
Mega Land
Oh,
11.
old Black Betty,
God.
Megaland. Old Black Betty, Megaland. That's
So,
good.
when they announced Mega Man 9, we were like, okay. Mega Man 10, we were like, okay, it's fun, it's cute. Mega Man 11, it's just like another one. Like, cool, after all this time, you're bringing Mega Man back, and this is what you're doing with it. You're just giving us this. And they're probably thinking, this is what people want Sonic Mania. Look at the success of Sonic Mania. They just want more of the same. And it's like, no, not with Mega Man, bud. We want something new and different and refreshing.
What would have been the perfect move with, Cuphead, like, blowing everyone away, and with Sonic Mania blowing everyone away, do, like, another, like, hand-drawn, like, Mega Man 8.
I'd be down for some of that.
That'd be... If they did that, I would still be okay with the gameplay being exactly the same. Because it's just... I know that's really fucking hypocritical of me to say that. I know, and that might be the nostalgia goggles, but I don't know. That sounds more visually interesting to me than, hey, it's the first 10 Mega Man games, but it's just kind of 3D
Well,
now.
that's what I'm trying to
So,
say. Like, do something different. And they were trying to say like, oh, look, there's a new like ability, and it's like, okay, cool, but like, this just looks like another Mega Man game.
yeah,
And
and
when I
that
saw Sonic, and it was like, this just looks like another Sonic game. It's like that's what I want. I want
because
that.
because we don't have 10 other amazing Sonic games like that to
Right.
play. We have
Exactly.
4, maybe 5.
Yeah. So
Yeah, totally, bro.
I,
Totally.
I I look forward to the future of Sonic Mania, and I don't like. I'm gonna play Mega Man 11, but I'm not super stoked on it. It's
I'll
very disappointing
I'm gonna wait for a probably just a little bit of a review consensus
for sure.
before.
Me too.
Is it coming to Switch?
I think so, but I'm not
Then
entirely sure on this.
I'll probably just get it regardless, so we can fucking talk about it.
Cool. So then they're gonna make a bunch of money and make more of them.
Yeah, like when Forces was about to come out, like I had this thought to myself that
No,
was, well, it's cheap. I'm kind of hurting for Switch games. I'll do, it's Sonic, and then I was like, no, 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 because that just tells them,
you're
yeah,
feeding them.
please, more of this. Yeah,
Yeah,
please feed me more.
you're right. And that was $60 would have gone down the drain.
I think they dropped it to like 40.
Anyway,
Before it dropped.
that was kind of a depressing way to talk about Mega Man, but hey,
I
it's a great series and I love it so much, and you make me want
but
to go play some Mega Man.
between all of the Mega Man games, all of them, even the ones that I've mentioned that I weren't as big on, have brought me a lot of hours of fun entertainment throughout my life. I'm glad Mega Man exists. Um, I I want, I don't know. I'm trying to make like an upbeat ending here, but it just all sounds really gay coming out of my mouth. So it's Mega Man good. Make better Mega Man. There you go.
Mega Man's great, and I've always been waiting for the resurrection of Mega Man, and I was pretty disappointed when I found out that Mega Man 11 was that. But it's okay. At least we got Mega Man and Smash.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
all
and
I could
that's
ask for.
cool.
I mean, I screamed like a little girl when I saw that reveal for Mega Man and Smash. I mean, that was like my
I
dream come true.
still I still remember when they were gearing up for the Wii U Super Smash Brothers, and they had the website that like put out like Sakurai put updates on it like every day.
Yeah.
I still remember where I was and what I was doing. I was in the library in the morning at my community college, and I went in there to do some homework, and I sat down and I opened up the Smash Sakurai page, and they had the fucking trailer for Sonic, and
When they announced Cloud, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. They were going to do that. We all knew that was coming. But
did
like,
we?
I don't know. It just was like everybody was we got to get Cloud. We got to get Cloud.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
that became a joke
it
at
became
one
the
point
meme, but then like also they
because like
were actually asking people online like what character do you want to see most, and I'm pretty sure everybody said Cloud, so they got Cloud. But
you know who should be in the next Smash Brothers? Master Chief.
Master Chief and
You get in
Goku,
there,
obviously.
kick some ass.
Honestly, Goku doesn't even sound that far fetched now. So anyway, that's Mega Man. That's my boy Mega Man. Love him dearly. He has a
Mega
very good place, very warm feelings when
Mega
I
Man.
think about him.
Mega Man, why don't? Nah, I can't do the. I was trying to do a bit, but I can't get the accent right.
Oh, tell me what the bit was. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, I'm trying to do like a Jewish mom voice, but I can't. I can't get like the dialect right.
Oh, that's going to be difficult for me as well.
You call this a bagel? No, I just because my bit was gonna be like Mega Man, why don't you ever call home anymore? Mega Man, eat a little something. You're looking frail. You gotta eat something, Mega Man.
Mega Man.
That was the bit, like Mega Man, because you said Mega Man.
It's a Mega Man.
Hey, Mega Man, come here.
It's a Mega Man.
Mega Man,
Take
get
it.
over here, you
Max,
big Goomba.
make sure in the morning to take your Mega Mans.
Oh, that's good.
They should have Mega Man vitamins.
That if they made like gummy Mega Man vitamins, I'd just be
God,
eating
they had,
those.
Like little health tanks and stuff. I'd just be eating those all day long. I'd be so healthy.
Like you're gay for Zero, so you just like pick out all of his.
I always thought like, is there like a point where like you take like a vitamin and then you take another one and then you take another one? Is there a point where your like vitamin gauge hits like 100% and then like all vitamins after that just don't count? Or can you just keep taking vitamins to get like stronger and stronger?
I mean, it just
Why
seems
has no one just tried to eat a thing of vitamins?
It just seems like if you just continue, like you just didn't stop eating vitamins, you just become the strongest and most healthy human being. Like there's literally
you just hit Super Saiyan 12. You know, after eating like 400 things of vitamins.
There's literally no science to disprove this.
Anyway, thanks for joining us on the Virtual Fitness Lounge. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, last thing, like, I can admit, I don't know, Zero is just like badass as shit. He's like really cool. Like, yeah, I'm a man
because they make him out to be this cool guy from the very beginning. Like you got Mega Man, and he's like, "Oh, I can't." They make you feel helpless, and they're like, "Oh, I can't beat the bad guy." And then Zero comes, and he's like, and he's like, "Oh,
you
Zero,
could be as strong as me one day. Maybe.
Look at my flowing blonde hair. Oh,
Yo,
keep your eyes on me, ladies."
Like he's as far as Reploids go, like he is a very pretty Reploid.
And of course he's got a sword, and it's like, what? This is a Mega Man game. Why is there a sword? You know, and
that was one of the fucking best parts of X4 and shit. It was just playing Zero because he was so fluid.
Zero's really cool. Why does he die like 3 times?
You notice, like at the end of every single Mega Man game, Mega Man X game is exactly the same. It's Mega Man saying, "Why must humans and Reploids continue to fight?" Like that's literally how every single Mega Man X game ends. He's like looking at Sigma's ruined castle, or he's flying away in a spaceship, and he's just like,
Dr. Wily. Bass, why must I fight you? Shut up.
What am I fighting for?
Thanks for joining us on the virtual lounge.
Canceled.
Thanks for joining us on the virtual lounge. Please subscribe and leave us a like and a comment.
I'm planning to kill
hit
myself
the
right after this
notification
is
button
over.
and
Like, it's
tell your
Dunzo,
friends,
man. I'm not coming back
retweet,
again. This is it.
Yeah, this is probably the last one. Hey, thanks everybody. Appreciate your support. Have a good week. We'll see you next time on the virtual lounge.
Bye.